Absolutely everyone has their favorite game in each genre. For me, and first-person shooters, that game has got to be Halo. Halo 2 Metal Case, Halo 3 Metal Case, Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4! I didn't really like this one. Halo 3 and Halo 4 Xbox 360s. Heck, I even own a full Master Chief costume. Halo Wars Metal Case. I wonder if an RTS is a reviewable game. However, for all those games and stuff that I own, I've never played the original Halo Combat Evolved. Until now, let's check out the game! So we start off in full force where Reach left off. They even mentioned that Reach just got flabbergasted. But the Covenant are here and they're going to board this ship and, well, kill everyone. But little do they know that the man known as the Master Chief is aboard the ship and he's hungry to take a few more lives. So I walk around completely unarmed. I have to avoid some Covenant fire until I get up to the bridge, where Captain Keyes gives me a pistol with one shot, kicks me off the ship and maroons me on an island where I need to wrestle up some sea turtles. Wait a minute! This isn't my script! This is the plot synopsis to Pirates of the Caribbean! Oh well. When in Rome, am I right? Okay, he gave me a gun and told me that he doesn't keep it loaded. Fortunately for me, some Marines have died with a pistol in their hand. So I push a magazine into the grip and I'm ready to take down some Covenant. My fellow Marines couldn't be happier to see me.
The cavalry's arrived!
Wait, I'm the cavalry?
Well, in that case, cheers, love! The cavalry!
Reese, here. They're dead.
Now this is a great opening stage. You feel really powerful taking out aliens. You pop grunts in the head and that blue goo that coats the floor and ceiling, oh, satisfying. And the level designed in such a way that there's always someplace for you to duck down for your shields to regenerate. Then you can pop right up and finish whatever was attacking you. After a short while, I make it to the escape pod, and then Keyes, like a proper captain, takes the ship down with him. After that, we land on the planet, but everyone that was in the escape pod with me died. So I take the weapons that I like and leave them as the ship comes to eliminate any survivors. This level is really neat, and you have to save other pockets of Marines to escape the Pillar of Autumn. And you get a Warthog, and here's something that I thought was really cool about Halo that's been removed in other versions. When you're driving, you get to see the passenger and gunner's health. It's not much, but it does create an emotional through line between the player and the characters. I wish you could help them. For example, I had this Australian gunner and a Mexican passenger. I saw that their health was ticking down, and I really want to do something to help them. I felt like I had to be a responsible driver because they were depending on me. I really got to like Sergeant Sanchez here. But he died though. Next level, Keyes is alive and we need to break him out of prison. Up to this point, I was playing on a heroic, and this level punched me right in the gut. It was so hard. I'd say the same level as Legendary on other games. Elites were tough fights that I only had a 50% chance of walking away from. Even the Jackals were fights that I could easily lose. However, that's probably because of my weapon loadout. They gave me a sniper instead of a pistol. You could make the argument saying, Chad, if the sniper's so bad for killing Jackals, why not toss it? I can't toss a super powerful weapon with 50 bullets in it. It would be a sin. Oh, and after the game cheated here, I dropped the difficulty back to normal and it was just right.
Look, I tried to play fair with you. What would this game look like on Legendary?
After a while, I broke Keyes loose. The only annoying thing is that he kept dying. I'm a bad babysitter. I guess Keyes isn't supposed to die in this room. That's a foreshadowing joke, by the way. Remember it for later. Anyway, the level after that was find a map. We start by hitting the beach and taking out some Covenant. With my pistol back in my hand, this was a fun fight. After a run-in with some hunters, Cortana ordered me a rocket launcher. I know that I have to use the rocket sparingly, but there's no denying the feeling of awesomeness leaving mangled, exploded alien corpses in your wake. The next level rocked and sucked. On the one hand, I got to use all of the vehicles in the game and see how they differed from the later ones. Ghosts and Banshees don't have boosts, but they are still much safer than a ground troop. And the tank had a machine gun for the driver. On the other hand, it was such a repetitive level. Bungie used the same octagon-shaped room probably 20 times. Go into a room and kill the Covenant. Enter a hall on the other side of the room and enter the exact same shaped room. Go through a hall on the other side and then enter an octagon-shaped room. I wonder what could possibly be at the end of the hall on the other side. Whoa, this room's a square. Oh, wait, no, there's 4 other walls that I didn't see. It's the same octagon. We're entering a hall. I wonder what kind of a room it enters into. But on the one hand, after that level of feeling like Rambo blasting people with rockets, taking out a bunch of grunts in their sleep lets me feel that Sam Fisher brand of awesomeness. But on the other hand, most levels take 30 to 40 minutes. This one took 87, and I probably spent 30 to 40 of those in the octagon-shaped rooms. Next level had a breathtaking swamp. This is another video game atmosphere that I really wish I could go to. Just a glimpse at the screen allows me to feel the cool air and smell the swamp. Unfortunately, not more than 5 minutes go by until I enter an installation, coming across a bunch of dead elites and marines. Also, can I just mention that I feel really guilty the way that Bungie gives you assault rifle, pistol ammo, and health? It's by having you pick them off dead marines. Someone had to die so that Chief could live. Of course, the living soldiers are a bit of a problem too.
You're not turning me into one of those things!
John 117. Killed by a PTSD-riddled Marine. So I went to Key's last known location because I need to warn him not to let the flood escape. But I was too late. They already got him. But I really like zombie games, and Halo is a perfect zombie game. I need to run away from the zombies, strafing backwards and shooting them as I try to make my escape. It's less fun when they pick up shotguns, but this is alright. However, this game was quite reminiscent of Disney's Pocahontas. While a lot of the flood were bloodthirsty savages, I met a few that...
They don't want to fight.
It's a trick, don't you see? Fire! Fine, I'll settle this myself.
Blood! Oh, also in this game, Bungie was really bad at light-based guidance. You see, in video games there's this theory that you can guide a player through a level by placing light for them to follow. I got stuck in this area for 20 minutes. I was supposed to jump up onto these crates and move on to the catwalk. Tell me, do you see the problem? This whole second story is completely dark. There is nothing to draw the player up here. However, in later games, I think Bungie learned how to guide the players. Eventually, I made it out of that building, and I found some Marines in the swamp, and I helped them fight to an area where the awesome, sassy black pilot lady can pick us up. But before she can touch down, Guilty Spark 343 teleported me away. So I wind up on this level and I need to get that T in a most ridiculous way. I need to fight through more boring, repetitive level. The first story, fine. You duke it out with some Flood in this spacious room with these ceiling beams, and you get to a door and fight Flood while Guilty Spark opens it. And that door opens to a spacious room with ceiling beams. You need to duke it out with Flood and get to a door that Guilty Spark opens while you fight some more Flood. After a few more rooms of that, you ride an elevator and boom! Another story of spacious rooms with ceiling beams that have Flood that need to be duked out. Oh look! A door! I wonder what Guilty Spark is going to do! Okay, fly through the door and abandon me was not actually going to be my guess. Eventually I get the T, and Guilty Spark 343 almost got me to use it to wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time 343 ruined everything for everyone. Oh, snap!
Next level, I need to take out Halo's generators so it can't, you know, kill everything ever. But the generators are housed in the octagon rooms. Well, it's not all in those rooms, because you do go outside and ride a Banshee. Alright, it looks like my ride out of here is down there. Now, I bet they want me to fight down this building, but I have a much cooler plan in store. Alley-oop! Whoa, I'm sliding in the FPS. Does that mean that I can make fun of retards repeat the same point for over 10 minutes and instead of being called out for the scumbag that I am, get 1.5 million subscribers?
Hey, what's up guys? Heyman Gaming Station here. So recently you guys sent me this video over Twitter of the most janky idiot on YouTube. He's obviously subhuman, so I'm just going to lay into him for 15 minutes.
Actually, I only have a couple of seconds of FPS sliding, so I guess I'll just talk about Halo instead. So in this level, there are a lot of Flood and Covenant. I thought I'd let them fight and, sneak past them while they sorted out their differences. It didn't work. Turns out both of them realized that one man with a sliver of health is a higher priority than literal miniature armies. Eventually I got a ghost from them and then I started fighting them off, but it's really discouraging to destroy 2 groups of enemies and then die from 1 rocket just to be asked to do the whole thing over again. So I just ran past everyone until I beat the level. After that, Bungie recycles the Covenant Cruiser level, and the same plot too, save Captain Keyes. So I fought through the level, blasting Covenants and Flood, and eventually making it to Keyes, but he's a Flood sack. I guess it wasn't such a big deal that he died in this room after all. That's the foreshadowing joke, by the way. So, after that, I either have to fight through this, or run through this. Or, for once, make both of those things destroy each other, hop in a Banshee, and get the hay out of Dodge. So we get back to the Pillar of Autumn and it's crawling with enemies, and I just now realized it, but not only are Bungie's levels in this game poor and repetitive, but they also reused all of them. They just added Flood. Well, I fought through the Flood and the Covenant to the bridge. Tried to get the ship to self-detonate because it is enough to make sure that the Halo never hurts anyone ever again. But Guilty Spark stops it. But Master Chief has a plan. Instead of remotely detonating the engine, he's gonna blow it up himself. With that. So I head down to the engine room and chuck that into a pipe, and bada bing, bada boom, drive like heck. This is always a fun part of the Halo games. It just sucks that 2 Banshees killed awesome sassy black pilot lady. This explains why she wasn't in any of the games after this one. But 1 kilometer of driving later, I escape, and Halo becomes Hey No.
Is that seriously how I'm ending this video? No. Put back on the Pirates of the Caribbean script. That's gotta be much better. Really bad eggs. Na. Drink up me hearties, yo ho! So that's Halo Combat Evolved. With the exclusion of the level design, I can see why this is the multi-million-dollar franchise it is today. I felt really powerful killing all those dudes. And I didn't even touch on the multiplayer that made it the powerhouse that it is today. I'd love to return to this franchise someday and talk about 2 and ODST, but until then, Yo ho, a Spartan's life for me!
Takes me off the ship and maroons me on an island where I need to wrestle up some sea turtles.